successful trading.
Our traders in our Discord room are recording 10 baggers week in and week out. Our one-on-one coaching featuring flow algo, technical analysis, position sizing, and risk management.
While we learn to trade options as a beginner.
And welcome to Successful Trading. For this interview, we're going to have for the month of June with one of our traders in our Discord room. Her name is Carol. So Carol is decided to agree to this interview after being with us for about less than a month. So let's go ahead and discover Carol. Hey, welcome, Carol. How are you?
Good. Oh, it's good.
What can you tell the viewers of our channel about yourself, just as a person? So some of them already know you a little bit through the trade, but what can you tell them as a person about you?
So I've been trying to be a full-time trader for a while. I actually thought it was very interesting, but yet at the same time very challenging. But it's fun. So I am actually spending a lot of time, especially in the last 7 to 8 months doing this. So yeah, so it's been fun. It's been a very interesting journey.
Okay, very good. So you have been trading for 7 months. Is that right?
I've been doing equity for 2-3 years, but yeah, trading for about 7-8 months. Yes.
Okay. Initially, before that, let's say 2-3 years, what triggers your curiosity about trading online? Is not something when people, let's say, go to school. That's not the first thing that they don't teach that in school, as far as we know. That's not the first thing. What attracted you into trading?
Because my brother actually works in a bank, so he will always tell me like what other people are buying, and then so I actually tried to buy some that he recommended, and then I was amazed because for equities at that time, because the market was actually going up. I think it was 2000 about 2 years ago. Yeah, so it was like I don't actually check it every day. So every time I check, wow, not bad. It's like another $500. Not bad. It's another $1,000. And then so I will always go in, go out of like when I made like a few $100. So I thought if I can do it over time, without seeing much, like how can you imagine doing it on a daily basis? So that actually triggered all this. But then actually doing on a daily basis is much harder. It's not as simple as doing equities. So I explored trading because I thought it's like instead of having like $500 in 1 month or 2 weeks, like if I can get it every day, yeah, that would be cool. But yeah, little did I know that it's very different. Yeah.
Excellent. Wow, that's amazing. So does your brother trade right now as well, or is he still a banker?
Like just more like swing tradings
Okay.
for options, but very little. Yeah, very little.
Okay, very good. So what were your initial results when you first ever start trading option? That is after.
So I actually started with penny stocks. Yeah, the results was not bad lah. I lose almost every single one. It was almost like 100%. So if you want to make money, you just invest what I buy, and you kind of will make money. Yeah, because I didn't even know like support or resistance. I just basically joined one group, which they are actually not bad. But it's just that the learning curve is very steep for new beginners. Like a lot of terms you're not familiar with. So to trade immediately, it was very scary, and because you don't know what you're doing, so it's like almost like going to the casino already. So yeah, so you know the results lah. Yeah, it's definitely not very pleasant.
Wow.
Yeah, so I quit after 2-3 months of burning the entire account. And then I came back recently, like 7-8 months ago, and I explored option, and I like it. Yeah, and I like it very much. So yeah, so that's kind of where I got into option, because I knew that penny stock is not for me, and I didn't want to put enough capital to trade to make sense. Because like for example, if I trade Apple, how much Apple stock capital I need to have to make enough. I don't want to make $2 every day, like, then I can't even cover my commission. My commission is like probably $5
Wow.
each way, something like that. I mean, for equity, I think. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so I had to trade something else. Yeah.
Okay, very good. Thank you for that. So let's go a little bit now about your current experience. Could you tell the viewers of successful trading, how did you discover successful trading?
I discover successful trading by searching for Flow Algo. So I actually bought Flow Algo, I think a couple of weeks ago. So I've been actually using a lot of their AI alerts previously, but then now it seems like it does reverse quite a bit. So I didn't really use that anymore. But so in the past, I actually used a lot of them, and I could make like a few $100 almost every day. So I was researching on, because I know that Flow Algo has a lot more information than just the AI alerts, but I didn't really know how to use. To me, it was just like, it makes me look very cool when I trade, but then it doesn't actually give me any information. So I decided to actually Google YouTube and find videos. I couldn't really find a lot of videos from Flow Algo itself. So that's where I found you, because you were probably the only one who could describe not just what it is, but how to use it, and how do I take actions from the information that I can get from Flow Algo.
Wow. Okay. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Yeah, Flow Algo has been around since 2017. And I remember for me, I started using it immediately September 2017. I was very, very intrigued that that type of information is available to the retail traders like us. And thus being so, yeah, ever since it's a tool that I've used to incorporate in my methodology. So glad that Flow Algo led you to successful trading. So tell us a little bit then about your results since you get involved with successful trading, because I think that's what so a lot of people who are watching the YouTube video on successful trading channel, that's the one thing that they have noticed recently since, let's say, maybe the first week of June, really. So what have been your results?
So maybe I can say what have not been my results before I joined.
Oh, sure, of course.
Yeah, so I said, I have actually traded options for 7-8 months. I was actually part of another group. To be honest, they're actually very good in terms of, they actually helped me with a lot of technical analysis part, helping me how to see like ascending triangle, how me see channel. Like I could see patterns quite easily now.
Of course.
Not perfect, but much easily because of them. They actually helped me a lot with that. But because a lot of them, they actually do, they get a small percentage and say they get out of the trade. It's very hard for me to be profitable, even though I really put in a lot of time. But it is just very difficult because like you can have like 10%, 20% win, but you have just one big 50% or 80% loss. It's like all your gains are gone in like one day. So I always have like four green days. One red day will burn like maybe 2-3 weeks of the green days. So
Wow.
it was very, very bad. But I was very persistent not to give up, because I actually follow a lot of people on Instagram, and I always see like people can be successful, and like in my mind is like I was very idealistic that like, it is possible. I just haven't figured something out, So I was very, very lucky to have found you. That has made a lot of difference. Difference in the sense that sometimes things can be so easy, but yet so there is actually no much magic, but yet you are able to help me understand things that I didn't understand. Like very simple things like choosing the right contracts actually makes a big difference. Showing me how to adjust the trade. So after I joined, I feel that I am no longer so worried about every red candle. Like last time, like every single minute, my heart will be like pumping very, very fast, especially when I see a red candle But then the first week I was so chill, but yet I achieved things that I've never done before. So I think the first week when I joined, I grew my account by 150%. And it was crazy because and then on top of that, I yeah, on top of that, I have also I think the second day that I joined, I actually won my first trade on Apple. That was amazing. I was so excited because I actually hit my first 100% trade, because I have never in the 7 months hit a 100% trade before, like never. Yeah. But then on that day, it not just I know I remember I was very excited to tell you I hit 100% on Apple. Then it became 200%. Then it became 300%. And then you were like, okay, scale out, scale out, scale out. Then I remember I sold half of it. And then within that same day, it went to 500%. And then I swing it over to the next day. The next day I opened, it was 1000%. Yeah, 1771%. And then I scale out more, but actually the highest I sold is 1550%. Yeah. So, and imagine that was my third day only. So imagine how crazy I was. I was like, this is crazy, it's madness, you know. I feel like yeah, it's not real at all. Yeah, because can you imagine someone who have done this for so long, have not even tested 100%? Now you're telling me I have 1000%. It's like yeah. So I feel that you make it seems easy, but I know that it's actually a lot of work. Like I remember all the one-on-one session that I have with you, and then you break it down and help me understand. Of course, it is not like instant, like, you know, you explain one time and I get it, but I feel that it's a lot of work and a lot of understanding and breaking down further, because like many times you say one thing, I'm like, you say one thing, I need to research 10 hours. So so it's like, yeah, but it's worth it. I feel now I'm still finding that consistency, but I must say that now I'm much more confident, and those like 100%, 300% place has been like much more normal. It's like, yeah, I remember, I think the first week or second week, I was telling you that I did SPY puts and I got like 100%. And then I felt that I have to explain to you why I only got 100%. It's like, you know, if I tell other people, they will be like, that's amazing. But then for you, it's like, what's your entry? Then I knew, oh shit, you know, I probably should have gotten a better result. I feel so embarrassed because I only got like 100%. Yeah. So, yeah. So it's like a whole new level, but it's also a mindset thing, like, because for you know it's possible. So for me now, I see that it is also possible. But of course, we don't only sell at 1000%, we scale out. But we know that is kind of possible, but it is just totally different. Totally different. Yeah, I see your screen is I remember that trade. it was at 3:30 that I bought the 3 o'clock when I bought the contract at 3 a.m. and then you made it so worth it that I stay up that night. And then the next day when I wake up, it was 1000%. It was crazy.
This trade, definitely, it was a few of us that we were trading this, and because we were trading this, we actually missed out on the trade on SPY on that day. Remember where SPY went down on June the 11th? Because we have our days now on SPY on Fridays, folks. For those who do not know, we will tell you about that during the recap video. Well, definitely. I mean, at this stage, I mean, for me, if let's say I am an outside trader who has not joined Successful Trading, what is the one thing really that you can share with the viewers who are out there who will be watching this video about what's needed to achieve the type of results, which are obviously unprecedented? So not everybody is going to come in the first week had that. I think Carol mentioned some of the coaching session, and the coaching session are not just to me. Let's clear that up, because Carol was the one who initiated when she wanted the coaching session. So let's make that clear. We provide coaching at Successful Trading as a service, but it's up to the trader to recognize that they need that. And in her case, she scheduled 3 of them in a matter of 3 days between Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. This is fact, folks. We just show you that calendar. So Carol, please help the people, the viewers out there. There are a lot of people, especially in this economy, in this type of a situation where we have people losing jobs, and some people are looking, more and more people are looking into trading. What is the one piece of advice? I know there's a lot, but what's the one thing, singular thing that you could convey to the audience out there who's interested in trading options?
So first thing I want to say is, if you want to get a 10 bagger, this is the place. It is possible, it is real, but that's not my main point. My main point is, if you are willing to study, then this is the place for you, because it is no magic and it's no miracle, and I feel that a lot of times, like, everybody likes to see big results, but if you want to see big results, you have to put in the hours. So I remember the first week when I came, I remember studying 10 to 12 hours every single day before the trading starts. 10 to 12 hours every single day. Even until today, like I remember one day I was watching every single video and going through majority of the blog posts. I would say I have at least read once, some not in detail, but I would say I've gone through at least once, like every single article. So that's why I think that I understand a little bit faster. It's not because I think you teach me more, but I think it's because I study a lot outside of those coaching sessions, which I also have quite a number of them. So it's coaching session that really helped me, plus a lot of studying, because sometimes, like, it's very hard for you to explain every single thing, but it's like when you watch the video and then you read and you practice and you see, and then it just clicks, and like, yeah, I get it now. Like, I remember I was telling you a bad trade that I took I think 2 days ago about Netflix, right? And then I told you that my contract went half within a few minutes. I nearly died. Yeah. Then you mentioned to me, without even looking at the chart, like, you got a bad entry. And then of course many people will just leave it at that, bad entry, okay, too bad. But then I actually took out the chart and I see and I understand why I got a bad entry. It was not the execution of the underlying stock, because that really haven't moved much. So I don't feel on my part I did wrong. Like, I just anyhow buy. So I don't feel there's a wrong mistake. But then the mistake was that on the option chart, I actually bought at the highest. And every single time it reached a high, it always almost dropped to half, like for Netflix. So I get it now, That's why I told you I was so happy to nail the trade on SPY yesterday with 300%. Because I saw that, and like, I'm not going to let it repeat again. Yeah. So you see, all these moments, like the aha moment, like what you said, plus it happening real time, helps me a lot to understand. So now I actually will not buy Netflix at the highest without looking at option chart. So yeah. So a lot of these kind of things, unless you actually put time to study and review, you will not get it. You will just think that, it is a bad trade or your entry is bad. But unless you actually put in the extra work to understand, it's very hard to get it, if you know what I mean. Yeah. So I actually put in the work and I actually get it why you said it was you get a bad entry. Yeah. So I think because of that, it helped me a lot.
Excellent. Wow, that's a lot. Yeah, folks, here at Successful Trading, the path to being successful traders, it's really the study. And depending on your occupation, on your time, for us, when you come in, we are not really interested mostly into handing you trade to say, hey, go trade this and then end of story. Because at the end of the day, we want you to be autonomous. We want you to find other trades. There are over 4,000 optionable stock in the US stock market. So we trade a small list of how many? 70 stock. Those are they come out of a small list of 70 stock. Other trades that with the tools, the technical tools, analysis ability that we will equip you with, you will be able to do things. And in Carol, she recognized, because I remember her first word on that first Sunday on June the 7th, her first word was about, she wants to invest in knowledge. And since then, her results are now speaking for herself, because they are second to none within our trading Discord. There are many traders. We can tell you inside story about many traders upon them coming. Everybody knows already about the result, though they have never been in our Discord channel. True story. That just happened literally minutes ago before this interview where somebody came in. So be prepared if you believe that this is a business, first of all. So if you believe this is a hobby, I'm not sure that we're going to be a good fit. But for people who really want to make this a profession, meaning generate the majority of their revenue, or depending on your timeline, partial revenue based on this profession, then you need to put in the time. So at this time, Carol, since maybe some traders, they will want some specific. I know the crowd there. Could you go back to take one specific trade that you have done recently? I know we know we have many. You have your puts, your puts. Puts.
Friday puts.
the fun Friday puts. What else do they have here? Successful trading. There is the put scalping Tuesday of the like. Yes. But really, based on with your experience, I mean, you started June 7. I mean, yeah, the first day of trading was June 8, but it has been, let's say, 3 weeks. So could you take one trade, give us what was the situation, what was your action, and then what was the result, just to paint that picture of really the anatomy of, I don't know, I'm afraid to say again 10 baggers, but again, the anatomy of a successful trade, because you can have a successful trade without it being a 10 bagger.
Yeah, I think the perfect trade to illustrate was yesterday put the picture I sent you. That was, to me, in summary of what I've learned in successful trading. Yeah, the picture that I sent you.
So tell the audience what's that. I'm looking for that picture. So what was the trade?
The personal message I sent to you.
Okay.
About okay, so basically we have this thing whereby for the last 3 Fridays we have been doing puts, and the puts has been paying. So it's very funny because before I joined, I always tell Telex that like my Friday are the worst Fridays. It's always the day that I lose all my money that I made from Monday to Thursday. It's like a curse. It's like I don't know, satanic Friday. You know, I just hate Fridays most of the time. But then I couldn't help myself. Then he was telling me that actually Fridays can be some of the best time to trade. And then so to me I was like, okay. And then the first Friday that I joined, I got 450% on puts. And then the second Friday, I didn't really want to stay up very late. So I had 200%. But yesterday was fun because yesterday, during pre-market, I was already saying, are we ready for, puts Friday again? I was like secretly hoping that we are going down. So this chart that we are seeing right now is actually a contract SPY put on 301. Yeah, 301, a 15-minute chart. So I was taking puts on the day. So I actually, if you see the first line on the bottom, actually my entry point at 42 cents. It is actually after is high when SPY was making lower low after 15 minutes, and I took that as a confirmation to go in on my puts, and you can see it went crazy. So I think within 1-2 hours it went to 270%. I didn't sell. I wanted to sell, but I actually didn't sell in time. And then it was very funny because somehow the contract is very, very smart in a way that to me it's kind of rigged lah. Every time it reach a high, it almost drop instantly. So you can see, right, that if you don't sell immediately, it always drop very, 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 very fast. So my fingers were not fast enough the first time, the second time, the third time, and then I also feel that like that it will flush more. So but at the end of the day, I think at the second last candle, which is at about 330, 340 like that, I remember the market was actually after a long time of consolidation, it was actually doing lower low. So that was my confirmation that it's going to push a little bit more. So I waited, and then I was ready already at that time that once it reached a new low, no matter what, I'm going to sell my contract. So I actually pressed sold at that time, and I got filled at 174. So this entire day, right, the contract, right, the highest it went, right, is 176. So it was almost nailing at the perfect top. It was like, to me, after I did the analysis this morning, when I woke up, I was like, I must send this to Telex. It's like, I will never have done it without him, because last time when I see 20-50%, I would have run long ago. or like 100%. I ran long time ago, but now, so I nailed the top, and that was about 317%, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, so it was yeah, so to me, only one thing I can improve on this trade is getting at the lowest part of the red candle, the second. Yeah, so a few cents difference, but yeah, that will be that perfect trade already. Yeah, so now is almost, I call this an almost perfect trade. So if
Wow.
I can nail that few more cents, that will be a perfect trade. Yeah. So yeah, I would never have done it without successful trading, and I was very happy about it. Not just because of the gains. Yeah, I think this trade I gained probably 13,000, but that's that's good. But I think the fun part was nailing the top lah. The top, it was very interesting. This is the summary of what I've learned in 3 weeks.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you really for sharing. Yeah, it has been fun trading SPY on Friday, and I mean there are plenty of trades like that where when you join us, we have a room for subscribers here at Successful Trading where we call that the subscription traders hangout. So this is it. Yesterday and the Friday before and on the 12th, we trade SPY successfully. And depending on your risk level or your ability to tolerate the fluctuation of those contracts, that's what Carol was illustrating on there. You can decide to take partial profit. We call that scale exit. That's something we will be teaching you because you don't have to, when you have gain present themselves, especially in this type of market, you need to reward yourself instead of maybe having a position. But yesterday, Carol, because she has been practicing that, she waited until there were the maximum gain. Imagine yesterday, for those who follow the session, if SPY were to drop to 295, she will have been in a perfect position to make much more money. It topped a little bit, but still, on a Friday, if you can have any type of win, over 300% in that matter, that's pretty sweet stuff, if you ask us. So that's the type of fun we have been having in this environment. So Carol, thank you for sharing. So here, maybe to conclude, Carol, how do you see, because obviously you have been with Successful Trading for less than a month now, things seems to be going very well. What is your goal for the rest of 2020? What are you looking for for the rest of this year as we are concluding the month of June here?
So I have a big goal and a big dream. So I hope and I dream and I work hard to have 1 million in profits by the end of this year.
All right, folks, you heard that here. So on the so-called channel for 10 baggers, the objective is to go to 1 million. So let's see. And if you want to be part of that adventure, we will gladly teach you the necessary skills to do that. We appreciate your time today. Thank you very much, Ms. Carol.
Thank you.
We will continue to bring the people of the internet, whatever experience happen to be, more and more people are joining, mostly by watching these YouTube channels. So we are very excited. I'm personally very grateful because Carol signed up without actually knowing, having spoken. We didn't even interact on my website, Successful Trading, as we have that chat app. She just scheduled a meeting on June the 7th, and fast forward it 2 weeks later, here we are. She's the trader for the month of June here at Successful Trading. We appreciate your time, everybody. If you like the content of this channel, please subscribe, share with your friends in social media, and we will continue to cater the content of this channel to your liking. Bye-bye, everybody. Talk to you soon.